Martin, as someone who won 64 caps and captained Northern Ireland, what does this game mean to you?
Quite a lot, really. I had naturally had a great time with the North. We had a very, very fine side way back, particularly in 1982, and the night in Valencia will be forever remembered. Really great, beating the host nation Spain, getting to the quarter-final. So fantastic memories and great camaraderie with the team, and some of the players I stay in close contact with.
Are you conflicted at all by Thursday's game?
I think, well, having spent that time in the North, having, as you say, captained 64 times, I think there'll be the occasional pang, yes.
In terms of the difference between a Republic of Ireland, Northern Ireland game, how different is it from when you used to play? And can you give us some indication what those internationals were like?
Yeah, funnily enough, we did play. We played the Republic of Ireland, the North, way back. I think it'd be 79, I think, perhaps 1979. And because it was pretty new at that time, I think feelings were running pretty high then. You know, I think things have settled down a great deal. But it was a game, I think, as far as I can remember, that we were looking forward to. We played here in Dublin, first of all, and certainly there was a massive build-up to it because it was the first time the two teams had played against each other, certainly for a long, long time. And but I think, you know, there's a lot of things have happened since then. I think there'll still be I think there'll be a good spirit about the game. I think there'll be a lot of determination, both sides wanting to win. But I suppose probably I would have to experience it from the other side at this minute, probably to give you a full answer on that.
Is it one of those fixtures where you'll have to warn the players about how they conduct themselves, behave?
Well, hopefully not. No, we actually played. Michael's side a couple of years ago behind closed doors, just a little game, and the build up to the Euros, I think it was, and that went off pretty well. But as I said, it was behind closed doors and be a totally different atmosphere. But I think the players will be on their best behaviour.
Can I just ask you about Michael Obafemi, who you've called up into the squad? Mm-hmm. Can you just confirm that he could play for Ireland, Nigeria and England as we stand at the moment?
I believe so, yes, he could. He's in the squad at this minute. He has obviously his decisions to make for his future. You would expect that anyway. And I think that's something that he would obviously discuss with his family. And so there'll be no real pressure on him to make that decision in the next couple of days.
So does that mean you won't feel comfortable putting him into the team against Denmark unless he's obviously made that decision?
Absolutely, totally. That will be the player and the family's decision to do that, and that's the last thing that you'd want to do is be rushing someone into a situation like that there if they are uncomfortable with it. I don't know if that's the case because I will speak to him this afternoon, but yeah, if he has decisions to make, then I would respect that.
So there is a chance that he may still play against Denmark on Monday?
I don't think anything. I don't think I could rule that out, certainly. But I would certainly have to have a discussion with him, and I think members of his family as well too.
Thank you.
Martin, is this something you think that you're going to have to deal with a lot more over the next couple of years?
Seemingly, that looks as if that's going to be the case. Yes, particularly if, as guys mentioned, if a player has multiple choices of where he could play. So if that's the case and we consider him good enough to be with us, yeah, and certainly be worth fighting for. If fighting is the correct word, I'm not so sure that is. But I think you get my meaning. I think it's something that is going to occur more and more.
Would you be happy then, though, if the eligibility rules were changed, perhaps?
Something was discussed there last week, and I really haven't gone into that there. You know, I think that if you win one or two, you think those rules are perfectly all right, and then if you lose one or two, you think, well, they've gone against you. So I don't know. It's not something that I've really thought about greatly. But as I say, if the situation keeps arising, then it's something then you maybe have to give a little bit more thought to. But certainly, as you say, it is something that's going to crop up a wee bit more often than in the future, anyway, than it might have done in the past.
I think since you spoke about or named the squad last week, there was a Declan Rice interview in the London Times since, and it seemed to confirm a lot of what you were saying, that he is conflicted and he hasn't made a decision yet. Does that give you some hope? Further hope?
Yeah, I don't know about further hope, but I think that I've always been hopeful, but I've never been anything more than that. I think again that's very much down to the player. He has a lot of things to consider, and but I tend to agree with you. I think that the interview might have been on the spur of the moment. It might have been going there for something else, asked those questions, but it seemingly he's definitely conflicted.
Can I ask you about the game against Northern Ireland this week? The fact, Armistice Day yesterday, the fact that the poppy issue comes up this time every year, and James McClean. Do you think that's going to be an issue at all in terms of the Northern Ireland fans and the way they might treat James McClean?
Well, I really don't know. I think that James had, I think he had an illness in the family yesterday, so I wasn't able to get a chance to speak to him. He just came in this morning, although he trained this morning, and I will speak to him over the next 24 hours. But naturally, I'm hoping that it won't be an issue. But no, I don't know.
Does it worry you? I mean, is it something you're going to have to speak to all of the players about?
No, I don't. I think James is the case in point. I think that I don't think it would be an issue for quite a number of other players, considering their backgrounds. But no, I think I'll have a word with James.
Seamus Coleman back into the side, and Robbie Brady back as well. How encouraging is that for you?
Oh, that's a really good boost for us. No question that Seamus is. He definitely in the last couple of weeks is really back to his best again. I think he feels that himself. Did fine yesterday, tough game against Chelsea. Excellent the previous week as well too. So he's getting fit, and Robbie, while probably still not up to speed in that sense. It's good to have him back again. Really good to have him back. And if he can stay clear now of serious injury in the next few months, that'll be a big boost for us.
And finally for me, in terms of the approach to the two games, is the Denmark game more important to you, do you think?
Of course, yes. I mean, it's because it's a competitive game in that sense. But still, this will be, Glenn Whelan's going to lead the team out. But that'll be the last bit of friendliness, I hope, and attached to it. I'm talking about a friendly fixture, north and south. I think it will have its own events like everything else. But I want it to be a really competitive game, which I think it was going to be, and I think it'll be strong, really strong. So it'll be good for us as well too in the build-up to the Denmark game.
Martin, hi. You mentioned Seamus there, and Matt Doherty played yesterday for Wolves. I think he's played every game for them. Cyrus playing for Fulham. All three players playing a similar position, even though I know you've played Cyrus in midfield. You often speak about wanting to have players playing in the Premier League. We have three in that similar position. Can you just sum up your thoughts on, is it possible to get all three in the team, or is it a case as it has been that one or two may need to miss out because Seamus is the captain, so presumably he will play in that right wing-back position?
Well, Seamus is the captain, but that wouldn't be the reason he's playing. Seamus is playing because he's absolutely top-class player, and he's now recovered, I think, fully from the not only from the serious injury against Wales, but obviously the stress fracture that he received, or certainly a couple of weeks ago, that prevented him from playing. So, really fine player, depending on what sort of system we play. It is possible to get all three into the side, but that's something I'll obviously consider over the next few days. But Seamus Coleman, let's be fair about it, would be first choice.